The season finale of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage leaves viewers at a dramatic crossroads, teetering between hope and uncertainty as the couple's fate hangs in the balance. The show, an exploration of love, relationships, and personal growth, has captivated audiences with its raw portrayal of marriage in its early stages. Throughout the first season, Georgie and Mandy face a whirlwind of challenges, emotional breakdowns, and unexpected triumphs. But as the season closes, the critical question lingers. Do they stay together, or is their marriage doomed from the start? The central conflict. From the very first episode, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage sets itself apart from typical romantic comedies. Rather than focusing on the blissful beginning of a relationship, the show dives headfirst into the complexities that follow marriage, communication issues, conflicting life goals, and the pressure of societal expectations. Georgie and Mandy, two individuals with distinct personalities and desires, are forced to reconcile their differences in the face of overwhelming odds. Georgie, a free-spirited artist, and Mandy, a pragmatic businesswoman, have always been at odds in terms of their approaches to life. While Georgie tends to live in the moment, seeking out passion and creative fulfillment, Mandy is driven by stability and the desire for a structured, secure future. Early in the season, their contrasting natures create tension, as Georgie's impulsive decisions clash with Mandy's careful planning. But beneath this surface, friction lies a deep connection between them, a bond that many of their friends and family don't fully understand. The season's central narrative revolves around their attempts to navigate these differences, facing the everyday challenges of married life. Whether it's Georgie's struggle to find steady work as an artist or Mandy's obsession with climbing the corporate ladder, both characters have to confront their own insecurities and desires. This exploration of individual growth within the context of a marriage is what gives the show its emotional depth. The climactic final episode. As Season 1 approaches its finale, the stakes have never been higher for Georgie and Mandy. The penultimate episode reveals a shocking turning point. Georgie has received an opportunity to move to a different city for a major art exhibition, one that could catapult his career into the mainstream. But this opportunity would require him to be away from Mandy for months, potentially even longer, causing the couple to face an agonizing dilemma. Mandy, who has been navigating her own career struggles, finds herself torn. She wants to support Georgie's dreams, but she also knows that their relationship requires attention and effort. As Georgie's ambitions take center stage, Mandy's fear of being left behind resurfaces. She questions whether their marriage can survive this new chapter. In a deeply emotional conversation, Mandy expresses her doubts about their future together. She's afraid that Georgie's success will only drive a wedge between them, further complicating an already fragile dynamic. Meanwhile, Georgie, though excited about the opportunity, feels an overwhelming sense of guilt. He doesn't want to hurt Mandy, but his passion for art is an integral part of his identity. He's torn between the possibility of achieving his dreams and the risk of losing the woman he loves. As the episode unfolds, it becomes clear that neither Georgie nor Mandy has a concrete solution to their problems. The tension between them builds to a breaking point, with both characters questioning whether they are truly compatible. In a heartbreaking moment, Mandy tells Georgie that she needs space to think about their relationship. Georgie, devastated by her words, agrees to give her the time she needs. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, leaving viewers wondering whether this space will lead to a separation or a deeper understanding between the couple. The season finale. A decision to make. The final episode of Season 1 picks up where the cliffhanger left off, with Georgie and Mandy both wrestling with their emotions. After a period of reflection, they come together to have one of the most honest and vulnerable conversations of their relationship. This scene is the emotional core of the episode, as both characters finally articulate their fears, hopes, and desires. Georgie admits that he's scared of losing Mandy, but he also knows that his artistic ambitions are a core part of who he is. He can't suppress his passion, even for love. Mandy, on the other hand, reveals that her fears are rooted in the past, shaped by experiences of abandonment and emotional neglect. She's afraid that Georgie's dreams will always come first, leaving her to fend for herself. In a moment of clarity, the couple realizes that they've been caught in a cycle of insecurity and fear. They have always been more focused on their differences than their shared love for one another. This realization is the turning point they need to move forward. Rather than looking at their relationship as a series of compromises, they decide to reframe it as a partnership where both their individual goals can coexist. The final act of the season is a symbolic one. Georgie decides to take the art exhibition opportunity, but with a promise to make the relationship a priority. Mandy, after much deliberation, decides to support Georgie's decision, but with the understanding that they will work together to find a balance between their personal dreams and their life as a couple. This decision is not an easy one for either of them, but it marks a moment of growth for both characters. The season ends with Georgie and Mandy standing together on a bridge at sunset, symbolizing the new chapter in their marriage. They don't have all the answers, but they've decided to move forward with an open heart and a commitment to mutual respect and understanding. Do Georgie and Mandy stay together? The question of whether Georgie and Mandy stay together is not answered in a simple yes or no. The season finale makes it clear that the couple's future is uncertain, but it leaves room for hope. They've learned that a successful marriage requires more than just love. It requires communication, compromise, and a willingness to grow together as individuals. In a sense, the season finale is less about whether they stay together and more about how they choose to navigate the challenges ahead. The decision to stay together isn't a conclusion, but rather a starting point for the next phase of their journey. They've taken the first step in acknowledging their differences and deciding that those differences don't have to tear them apart. Instead, they can use those differences to build a stronger, more resilient relationship. Ultimately, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage isn't a typical love story. It's a narrative about the complexity of real-life relationships, where love isn't always enough to overcome the obstacles that life throws at you. But with mutual respect and a willingness to grow, Georgie and Mandy might just have a fighting chance. As the season closes, viewers are left with a sense of cautious optimism. Georgie and Mandy may not have it all figured out yet, but they're willing to try. And sometimes that's all that matters in love. The journey ahead is uncertain, but the season finale suggests that, for now, they've made the choice to stay together and fight for their relationship. Whether they succeed or falter in the next season remains to be seen, but for now, they are a united front, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead.